wide range of ages to
Has it
this
really?
point. I mean, we've had people come and ride for their 21st birthday, and we check IDs to make sure that all that stuff is legit.
That is great.
We've had people come and ride as soon as they can, and we've had people well into their 60s come and ride with us. It's really been all over the place. I would say that young professionals, probably ages 28 to 40, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably our biggest market to this point. But it's been all over the place.
So what I'm saying to you is that that's a little below my age group at this point in time. However, if I were in that age group and I had money, I would be willing to pay more and pay my Uber fare or my cab fare back and forth if you set it up and I didn't have to worry about it. All I had to do was pay.
Sure.
So, excellent.
You can still bring it.
Yes,
That's a great comment.
Not as much as I used to.
What's your capacity on the bus?
Capacity is 20 people on the bus that we can hold per tour.
Okay. So essentially, you're going to cap out at $150,000 for the revenue. Take 50 weeks, 3 days a week, $50 a ticket, 20 people with a full bus.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What are your plans to try to double or triple that number? Is it just adding additional routes and additional buses into that?
There is that. So as I mentioned, we're going to be rolling out the Wine and Spirits tour that features stops at wine bars, as well as the Copper Horse Distillery over on down the street on UG Street, and be doing that on different days to kind of leverage people who have already ridden the bus that are interested in doing another tour with us, a different style of tour, and people that just aren't interested in drinking beer from the start. Other things, I mean, we have gone through and developed some other business plans for what we can do. We own a bus. It's our vitality. So if it's not on the road, we're not making money. We have discussed with some of the hotels in the area about starting to use our bus as a shuttle to and from like the convention center, the airport, and things like that. Essentially just contracting the bus out however we can for corporate events and things like that, for private parties. We have contacts in all of those different areas. We don't have anything set up to this point like a concrete, yes, we are a shuttle for the downtown Marriott or something like that, but those are things we're all working on. Yes.
So those are good. I wouldn't argue that your unique value proposition is not that you have a bus. It's that you're creating an experience and a connection to the craft beer, wine, spirits industry. Mm-hmm. Have you thought about maybe finding ways to monetize that a little bit? I mean, I imagine, again, I'm not going to speak for Doug, but if y'all brought a boatload of people over there and there was an opportunity to create an upsell or merchandise or some partnership where you were helping to facilitate purchase of products.
Yeah, and
you've got a captive audience of people that clearly are on a bus to drink beer and wine, so they like that stuff.
That's actually what the Wine and Spirits store is going to be more about, because you can only try those in much more limited amounts. You can have a decent more amount of beer than you can of wine or liquor or something like that. So it'll be far more sampling on the wine and liquor aspect, but we will be pushing certain things. At Copper Horse, he only has 3 different drinks that you can try right now because that's all he's able to produce. You can only try limited amounts, but the goal is to have people try those and have them walk out of the door with a bottle. Same with the wine tours. We'll be featuring different wines every time we do that, so that people are like, oh, you know what, I've never seen that wine before, I've never had it. I think, I enjoyed this sample, that bottle's only $10. That's worth a pickup. We are trying to push as much business as we can, retail business, to our partners, to the breweries. Every time before we leave, I announce the t-shirts, the pint glasses. You can buy yourself a growler and a 6-pack. We have coolers on the bus to keep it cold. We want people to buy as much as they can from the retailers we're working with as possible.
And I would just add, that's awesome. Find a way to monetize that for y'all. So it's a real partnership.
So I love this. And coming from a sort of similar experience in trying to start up a business that involved transportation that wasn't traditional, how easy has it been to work with the City of Columbia?
The City of Columbia really has not been much of an issue. The main hurdles that we overcame as far as transportation was concerned was the ORS, and so regulatory staff are the ones who give out the Class C transportation certificates that we needed. So when we got this bus, we drove it all the way down from Raleigh. I checked it out. I had a mobile mechanic come out and check the engine, shake down the suspension, check the brakes, do everything he possibly could. He told me it was mechanically sound, told me a couple things I might have to fix in the near future. It seemed like a great purchase. We brought it down. We get here, we take it in for a DOT inspection as a part of the ORS regulations, and the wood behind the vinyl paneling within the bus was all rotted out, and all of the windows were not sealed. Water was leaking in from behind them. This wasn't something we could tell because I had never purchased a bus before. I didn't know, hey, push on the walls, let's see what's back there. I just saw clean vinyl paneling, and I was like, yep, we're good to go. So we did this all ourselves, rip out all of the interior walls, put in all new interior walls, reseal the windows, and then take the bus back for inspection. That whole process cost us about 2 months from when we really wanted to start up. And so really it's the State Transport Police, the Office of Regulatory Staff, those are the people that we had the biggest, the Public Service Commission, those are the people that we really had to run through the gamut with them. City of Columbia gave us our business license, told us to check with the police to make sure that our transportation routes weren't messing with anything that that they were illegal. We went to the police and they had no idea what we were talking about. That's something that they made up and told us. And so we were done with the city from there. I would say because we have a home office in West Columbia, we've had issues where we have had to obtain both West Columbia and City of Columbia business licenses. We are going to be changing that in the near future so that we don't need to deal with that again. We will have